Are you looking for a job? Don't like the job you're currently working at? Or better yet, no money to go to school in order to get the job of your dreams? I understand. In accordance with the U.S. Department of Labor, it has been said that the number of job openings has decreased from 3.7 million down to only 3.4 million with only a month's time. As you can see, our economy is hurting and it has become much difficult for anyone to get a job nowadays. I'm here with a solution. My solution for financial stability and security is to enlist in the Navy. A lot of you are wondering, what is the Navy? When you think the word Navy, you think war, being away from family long periods of time. And I don't blame you, because what? I'm not here to lie to you. You will go to war, and you will be away from family long periods of time. But there's much more positives to being in the Navy than the two negatives that I have just mentioned. In fact, the negatives aren't as negative as you may seem. If you think about it, we do go to war, but we're in a ship away from the line of fire, and we're miles away from all the action. So it's not like back in the day when we had ships shooting at ships. Now we have all these high-tech gear. We can detect our enemies from far away before they even get to us. So in a sense, we are pretty safe out there. Another thing is being away from family long periods of time. Back centuries ago, of course, the only means of communication was letter writing. So by the time you got a letter, it was months at a time. But nowadays, communication has become much simpler with internet, email, and Facebook, and all this good techniques on how to communicate. We're going to be pretty good. Well, now that I mentioned and covered all our negatives that aren't really negatives, let's mention a few positive things from the Navy. A few positives. You get paid the 1st and 15th of every month. You get a pay raise every year, regardless if you make rank or not. You have an opening or opportunity to make rank every so often. So you're not here working at the same desk job, flipping burgers, and hoping to make supervisor after 5 years. In 5 years in the military, you can become a supervisor. So that's some positives there. Other positive factors are for your family. Provide financial stability and security for your family because you will have life insurance for you and your family. You will have your medical and dental for your family. All these are covered, and it's good for your family and yourself to be in the Navy. The best thing I liked about being in the Navy is paid vacations. You get 30 days out of the year paid vacation to go on vacation. That means while you're out on vacation, you come back, you still have a paycheck waiting for you. So if you don't like what I'm saying right now so far, then maybe you have a better job. But the Navy is good. I've done some interviews though to compare how the Navy has been for other people. So the first interview was conducted on a retired senior chief. He was my uncle, in fact, and he was the person that introduced me into joining the Navy. Right now, he's currently retired after 20 years serving in the Navy as an E8 in the Navy, and he is working at a shipyard in Japan making the big bucks. I'm talking about 6 digits and more. I've interviewed and asked him, so how was his career and financially stable wise, how was it throughout his career? He told me, despite the hard times with all the divorces that he had to go to, child alimony, child supports, and all that stuff, he was pretty still financially secured. So, as you can see, no matter what, you can still have financial stability. But I don't want you to think that being in the Navy will cause a lot of divorces and all this marriages and child supports. No, 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 no. I've interviewed another senior chief. He was my mentor, currently active duty in the Navy at this time. And he's been married only once, has a loving family, and has been financially stable this whole time. I've also interviewed people who've been in military and left the military because they thought they had better things to go to. I ran into him 3 years ago, and he left the military thinking that he had a better job to do. Well, after I spoke to him, he told me he was hoping to go back into the military for the fact that it did provide financial security for him, and that he right now having trouble meeting ends meet. So difficult finding a job in today's society that the Navy was the best thing he had. So if you find yourself jobless, no career, nothing to do, consider enlisting in the Navy. The Navy has a lot of positives and benefits, so I would like you to enjoy them as I have. Good luck.